1, 2, 3, Hills!
Tradition never quits.
Eyes up, eyes up.
Never quits.
Helmets up, let's go! Quiet, flip!
Tradition never rests.
We gotta dig down deep.
Never rests.
NC Rock!
Tradition never graduates.
Tradition!
New Canaan, we love football, and that's really what it comes down to, and the community loves football.
Well, you know, New Canaan football is a proud program from years back.
What's it mean to me? It's just the most amazing thing that I've been a part of thus far in my life.
Oh yeah!
It brings people out on a Friday night or a Saturday afternoon at times when you wouldn't necessarily get together.
It's just a great tradition. I remember when I was little coming to the games at night and just thinking this is the coolest thing ever, and I just couldn't wait to be a part of it. And now that I am, it's a huge part of my life.
What I like to kind of attribute to New Canaan football is just kind of the tradition of quality football and the type of program that, you know, really creates well-rounded young men.
Brotherhood. New Canaan football, to me, it's brotherhood. It's a family atmosphere. You know, it doesn't matter who you are, where you come from. When you're on the football field and you're in between the lines, you're playing for each other. Family is the most important thing you can take away from New Canaan football.
New Canaan football, it means a lot to me. It's definitely given me a lot, and it's helped me grow as a person, and I've gotten a lot of my morals from the coaches and just the sport, and I think that the background of New Canaan has had a lot to do with that.
The tradition of a good football team it keeps the community young. It keeps us vibrant because we always look forward to the September, October, and November games, and especially when it goes into December.
Well, I mean, growing up, it's legendary. I mean, when I was young, it was like the New York Giants and Coach Marinelli's New Canaan high school team. It was crazy.
NC Pride, 1, 2, 3, NC Pride!
But then you think about the drought that we had in the late 70s, early 80s. In walks Vinny Iovino, and being a football coach himself, he's hired to be the athletic director to get this program back on track and has the vision to hire Lou Marinelli.
First of all, the guy never ages. You know, he still looks the same he was when I was growing up. I may have been like 8 years old. I walked up to him right onto the field, and I told him I was going to play fullback for him or something.
Well, I mean, he's awesome. I mean, he is the most loyal coach or person I've really come across outside my family. I mean, he'd do anything for any of his players now or any of his past players.
You don't like to score running touchdowns? It's only passing?
He's a very demanding individual. At the same time, he's a very compassionate individual. His extended family, all 1,500 to 2,000 players that have played for him, he seems to know everyone. He takes care of them. You have a problem, he'll help you out. He's just a good all-around guy, which makes him an even better teacher, coach, and mentor.
That's good, except somebody's got to block that guy.
Yeah, I guess I mean, he's a legend, but he's the best guy around. I mean, he'll do anything for anybody. He'll give you his shirt off your back, I mean, if you need it.
Coach Marinelli, I mean, he's, other than my father, is a huge role model and male figure in my life.
He's a remarkable person. He's my idol, my role model. You name it, he is. And when I grow older, I can only pray and hope that I turn into what he is. So now.
Nice catch.
Coach Marinelli's awesome. He's a great coach, but he's definitely an even better guy. Like he knows how to motivate us. He always helps us out when we need something. He's a really nice guy.
But there are so many special things that Coach Marinelli does that makes you want to win and want to go out and makes you feel like a team.
I think it's just the fact that we wanted to play for him. I mean, we wanted to win, and Lou is he's a special guy.
I'd like to think that they learned some habits. They learned a work ethic. They've learned how to prepare for things that made them successful. So not that we played a huge part, but I think we may have played some part.
And he's just one of these guys that he's like a dad to you, but at the end of the day, he's a great friend, you know. So.
Step up, there you go.
When you have a loyal coach like Coach Marinelli, it really, the thought of it really hurts inside that you would let a guy like that down.
One of my traditions has been for about, I'd say the last 26, 27 years. We come down to Uncle Joe's. It's my favorite restaurant. They all know us in here. The staff comes in, and come on in. Let me just show you what it looks like. But this is one of our favorite places. We go here right after we win all the games. So come on in and let's check it out. As you can see, we have a lot of our memorabilia up here. This is one of the first helmets that went up, was one of ours. We started it, and then next thing you know, the other teams in the league all brought their helmets to Uncle Joe's. As you can see, here's our state 2007-2008 state championship plaque. And as you can see by this picture, this was taken very early in the morning at a celebration that we had. And of course, Uncle Joe's was gracious enough to do that and host that for us. So this is one of our favorite traditions, and every time we win, we're here. So it's a great tradition. We love this place.
I'm John Marinelli at New Canaan High School, and you're watching Traditions.
I'm Matt Milano from New Canaan High School, and you're watching Traditions.
Attaboy, there you go. One of the reasons why our program is so successful is that our kids really work hard, and they work hard at speed and agility drills.
Come on, fellas, keep pushing it, keep pushing it.
It's stop. 1, 2, 3,
Peter Demerly. You know, if not the best, arguably the best player to ever play for New Canaan High School.
He was a phenomenal person, okay, on top of just being a great athlete. Unfortunately, he came down with a terrible affliction of ALS and lived longer than most people. Lived for 9 years and fought it as the great Peter Demerly did. And more or less, we were looking to do something different. And we decided to retire his number. And having conversations with Brian Sikorsky, and Brian came up with a great idea of putting it on the 23-yard line, and that was his number. So whenever you stand there at New Canaan, I think when you look down and say, people say, "What's that?" And that kind of creates a conversation, and that's kind of what we hope to do.
I was fortunate enough to meet Peter before he passed, and he is everything that we want our football players to emulate.
He was an unbelievable person in the classroom, socially, and obviously on the football field. But he is what we try to tell our kids, about. That's a piece of history that we want our kids to know.
A funny story. The legendary coach Bob Lynch. They were having practice one day, and he had such great hands that one day during practice he dropped the ball. So Coach Lynch goes out, as the story goes, and he says, "Wait a minute, let me see that ball. Throw this out, it's defective." So, I mean, stories like that I'm sure are exaggerated somewhat, but he certainly was one of the best in the state, for sure.
What I do know is that anybody that gets their number retired by Coach Marinelli, or retired by the New Canaan football program, is a pretty good player, because there's only one, and we've had some really good players come through.
I think that it's very cool though that we can not only that we have someone that's come from New Canaan like that, and I know we've had a lot of people like that, but also that we are remembering him in that sense and having him on the field.
First favorite tradition is it's called the burning of the shoe. We do it after our final practice as seniors.
Last week of the season, just kind of to remember about all the times that you've had as a team from youth on.
Burning the shoe, my favorite tradition at New Canaan High School. It's at the end of every year, you go to the back of Dunning, behind the goalpost, next to the scoreboard, and Coach Marinelli gets up and he has lighter fluid and he lights the shoe on fire.
It's a great send-off that we're able to, come together as seniors and as a class and just kind of talk about, our time playing for Coach Marinelli and everybody else.
Oh, that's, I mean, I've been thinking about burning the shoe since I first sat through it as a sophomore. I mean, everybody always talks about how they wonder, are we gonna cry, are you gonna cry? But I mean, thinking about right now that I'm a senior, knowing that the season's gonna end at some point, I mean, it's definitely, I can picture myself getting pretty emotional about it.
A chance for you to share memories, it's a chance for you to thank your coaches, it's a chance for you to say whatever you want, there's no judgment, and it's the seniors really, I mean, it's a remarkable experience.
Every senior gets up to speak and just says whatever's on his mind, We
would burn this shoe and we just kind of reminisce, and my favorite thing as a coach is actually that last thing, because I like hearing what these kids say. And
I didn't realize that it had the impact that it does until these guys are coming back and they're talking about it. And it's really a powerful thing because kids will get up and say things that I didn't even realize. I had one young man get up and say, you guys are the only family I've had.
I think it finally hits home when they burn that shoe that, there's only one way to go out. We gotta win this last game. We gotta go out on top, and you don't want to end it on a sour note. And it really hits home for a lot of these guys.
This is Charlie Westfall from Washington and Lee University, and you're watching Traditions.
I'm Bobby Dissler from New Canaan High School, and you're watching Traditions.
Well, this is our war room. This is really where we come on weekends to to kind of plan our strategy for the week, both offensively, defensively, and special teams. And a lot of memorabilia from the past. We have some of the trophies, some of the pictures of the rings. I think one of the things that's impressive is that if we're to have a winning season this year, which I fully expect we will, it'll be 30 years without a losing season. Former players going back to 1986. We have a quarterback here who was in the Marines, passed away, Tom Mazzella. Over here we have a number of our former players. Matt Kelly that played at BC. It's kind of nice to let the kids see. And of course, for the past couple of years we've had we've tried to start this new tradition in 2009 and 2010. And we'll have one this year as well. And the person that has the play of the week, the make a difference play, the best hit, or something like that, voted by the coaching staff, gets to carry the hammer out and lead the team. And as you can see here, we have all of those kids that had make a difference plays.
The Hammer Award was something that I brought on as a defensive coach here, just to signify who was hitting the hardest in the games.
The person that delivers that hit gets to run out of the field with the hammer.
And he has earned the right to lead the team out.
Just kind of set the tone. Forget about the intimidation factor. It makes the kids go out there, and every week, the kids are like, oh, I'm winning the sledgehammer this week. No, I'm getting it.
Feels pretty awesome to come out with the hammer. You got everyone behind you, and so that's probably just something that everyone strives for.
These kids take a lot of pride in who gets that hammer, and towards the end of last year, we had so many kids going after it that we actually went out and just bought regular little tack hammers, because we had to give out little awards to each kid because we had kids just flying out there.
The hammer award goes to the biggest hit of the game, the previous game. So I got it from Bassick, and then you get to carry it out in the following game, and the hit can either be on offense or defense.
As they're walking down the hallway, about to make that right-hand turn onto Dunning, when the captains are bringing the team out, Coach Silvestro and I would raise the hammer, and we just call out the kid's name.
That's one of the biggest honors you can get. That's kind of behind the scenes accolade that we all know about.
New traditions like that are cool to be a part of, especially looking back someday. I'll be able to say that I was there when we had the first hammer and stuff like that. It's a cool thing.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
The atmosphere here on a Friday night is electric.
It really is, and you know, it's a small town, and there's not a lot else going on Friday nights. It just happens to be the football game.
Oh my gosh, oh, it's awesome. Nothing's better than running out right before the first game and just seeing the crowd, seeing my teammates running by me, running right to the middle, right to the NC, and bringing it up. It's awesome.
Amazing. Friday Night Lights. It's something special when you're coming out of the locker room. You make your final preparations. You're putting on the red helmet, and you walk out, and Dunning Stadium is filled, and you're running out to the music, and the first thing you see is the glimmer of the lights coming down on the turf. It's awesome.
I mean, you can't really describe it. It's just a feeling that you get when the lights come on and the scoreboard lights up, and you see the other team out there. It's just unbelievable.
We managed to put 3,000 or 4,000 people in these stands every Friday night.
All you really have to do to explain it is just see a Friday night game where thousands of people are in the stands. I mean, people are lining the fences because they can't get seats, and it's a special place to play. I mean, you walk through, and they call out, "Here come the Rams," the whole thing, and it kind of sends a tingle up your back.
Friday Night Lights here is crazy. We have a big student section, a great following, and we always have a leader of our bomb squad, we call it, and they'll always do red outs or blackouts, and it's a lot of fun, and the stands are always full, and it's just very exciting to be able to play in that sort of environment.
It is special.
Thomas Rockland from New Canaan High School, and you're watching Traditions.
I'm Matt Milano. I'm the quarterback for the New Canaan Rams. It's the night before the game, so I'm just sitting in my room here, just watching the Ward Man film one more time, just trying to pick up on anything else that might help us tomorrow. As long as we play our game, the only team that can beat us is ourselves. So we're just gonna go out, execute on game day, and bring it home.
And tonight's a special night. They're a good football team. But they're not better than you. I told you a long time ago, way back in the spring, we can win with who's in this room. We can win with who's in this room. We don't need anybody else. I've seen you work your ass off. I've seen you, run the extras and do all the stuff that you do in the off season. And all that you've done for this program, for yourselves, and the pride that you have in yourself. That's why tonight, you got to let it all out. You got to let it all out. Show those kids what we're all about. Show the community what the 2011 team is really all about. They're going to be talking about you. They're going to be talking. They're going to be talking about you. What are they going to say? What are they going to say about us? What are they going to say?
Yeah, it is.
Woo! It's awesome. That's what NC football is.
This is my 53rd year of announcing the Ram football game.
What's your favorite part of this?
The people in the booth. We have more fun out here than they have on the field. And it also, coming back every year to my hometown keeps me young. Great fun. I enjoyed very much.
Hey! Hey, Rams! We knew that you could! Let's score a touchdown! And it was good!
If you go Alaska, Johnny, you can get it in. Touchdown.
What do you get when you mess with the Rams? The horn! The horn! What do you get when you mess with the Rams? The horn! The horn! I believe that we will win! I believe that we will win! I believe that we will win!
Cowboy! Cowboy! When's the last time we did sneak? I don't think he's going to get in, Johnny.
Never over till it's over.
That's the way we got to do it. That's what I should have been all game, but I don't know. We finally got it going, so that's all.
Let's see pride.
Fellas, that was a great job. And it's really gonna help us because those games are much more fun to play in than those blowouts that we had in the first two games. That's really what you want to do. Those games are great. You hung in, you made play after play, especially defense. Great job. Let's take it from here.
NC Pride on the 1, 2, 3! NC Pride!